What is going on, guys? Rewinds here, and in this video we are going to be having a discussion about Amado and Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. So what we're going to be talking about here is what Amado's current state and involvement is in the series. So Amado has been involved in Boruto 2 Blue Vortex for sure, but not as crazy, I feel, as he was in some parts of Boruto Naruto Next Generations. And that could be partly because, we're years ahead now, and, he's kind of settled into what his role is and whatnot in the village, and he has a certain amount of authority now to be able to just live on his life a little bit more how he wants to versus what it used to be in the past. So the question now is Amado gonna do anything, let's say, drastic or crazy that would be unexpected? Because at the moment, we know that Amado has the big goal of being able to bring back his daughter Akebi, and that would be through Delta's body. We know that she looks just like Delta, and this is a goal that Amado says he would be willing to do anything for. So as a result, this is something that he ended up finally telling Kawaki back after Boruto had that conversation with Kawaki, saying like, hey, you could be a lot stronger if you weren't being actively limited by Amado. So when Kawaki went and confronted Amado about that, pretty much what happened is that Amado gave Kawaki that breakdown of like, hey, your defense is up because I can't afford to have you dying. Code shouldn't be able to finish you off. But these new creatures here, I understand that you don't have the offensive firepower to really take care of these creatures. So, yes, I can grant your request and give you that power boost that you're looking for, but you got to be careful because I need you to be able to bring my daughter back. But Kawaki pretty much is standing his ground by saying, hey, I don't have a problem per se of bringing your daughter back, but I'm not doing anything for you until I take down all of the foes I have. So that includes pretty much any Otsutsuki that Kawaki can take out, as well as any of these divine tree creatures we have now. Pretty much, we know Matsuri is gone, but and Ryu's gone too, but we still have Hidari, Mamushi, and Jura. And who knows, we might get another one at some point too. Like, we don't know yet for sure. But these creatures are still around, and there's definitely some big battles to come. So Kawaki has pushed for yet another big power up, or at least power up of some sort, after his battle with Jura. And it's kind of, I'm not gonna lie, guys, kind of funny. Like, Kawaki is just straight to business when it comes to Amado. He doesn't even mess around. He just gets mad at Amado and just pins him down against the wall. And Amado really at that point doesn't really have much of a choice, because he knows that if he doesn't help Kawaki, Kawaki isn't going to bring his daughter back in. Kawaki now is actually using that same statement as a bargaining tool now against Amado. So Amado is pretty much put in this spot where he has to kind of take that risk and comply with Kawaki's request, even though raising his attack is just making Kawaki's defense that much worse. But we haven't really seen Kawaki in this current state take too many hits, so it's kind of hard to say how much lower his defense really is. But we know Kawaki's offensive power should be at a pretty big high, and it's, Amado's just doing what he's got to do. So that's kind of what Amado's been doing a lot of. He's been doing a lot of observing, when it comes to these divine tree creatures, and he's pretty much just been complying with what Kawaki needs, because, does he really have another choice? Now, another thing I guess I could bring up is Amado still hiding stuff? Because even this whole thing of him limiting Kawaki's powers was something that he was hiding. At the end of the day, it's the truth. At what point can we really safely say Amado is someone who doesn't really have anything else left to hide? I personally think Amado still has more he's not revealing about his daughter, and we might not get that till later on in the series when we get to that point where Kawaki is perhaps helping Amado bring back his daughter. So I don't know. There's some crazy theories out there about Amado as well, about him perhaps being, for example, like linked to the Otsutsuki, or just being like a heavy like praiser of the Otsutsuki of some sort. I mean, it doesn't seem like that one per se, but like there are some guesses out there of Amado perhaps getting some sort of power to be revealed as like some big Otsutsuki character down the line or something. There's been some crazy theories, guys. Like, honestly, you guys can probably look around and see some, but I've been able to read and watch a few, and some of the stuff would be cool to see, but I don't know. But I do feel like Amado can always be a threat. There's definitely a chance of that, and it just doesn't seem like to me that he's going to be that kind of character that just dies down, where with like just his daughter coming back and boom, he just gets a happy ending. I don't really think that's what's going to happen. I feel like his daughter might also be involved some sort of way in a shinjutsu that he might be trying to use, and maybe Delta hasn't awakened that shinjutsu yet, and maybe perhaps he believes his daughter can get access to that. That could also perhaps lead to a bigger goal, because we do know that when it pertains to omnipotence, that not omnipotence, when it comes to shinjutsu, the Shibai cells is what's gotten a lot of these characters to awaken abilities such as omnipotence or presence, or I'd say, yeah, those are the main two I'm thinking about. But Delta, we don't know what she'll have. Or we can also talk about Code's claw marks per se, right? Like that's, I believe, a shinjutsu as well, some sort. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe Damon's hacks abilities are also shinjutsu. I think they are. But I would have to look at that real quick too. But anyhow, the point being, a lot of these characters have shinjutsu. I feel like Amado could be perhaps plotting something regarding that if there's something else he's trying to achieve. But maybe it's just me looking a little bit too much more into it. But he's just definitely not someone I feel like you can completely trust. However, I do think, I mean, with him being like 3 years into the village now and whatnot, I feel like they've definitely trusted him a little bit more, at least than what they used to. So that's kind of where I think Amado stands overall at the moment. We'll see if anything happens with him in this, coming arc, or just going into the end of next year and whatnot. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But that's going to be it for this one. If you guys did enjoy the video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you guys are new. And as always, I hope you guys have a good day or night whenever you guys are watching this video. I'm Rewinds, and I'm out.